Hold on. Hey. Hi, I'm over here. Oh boy. Moving stocks. And unfortunately I had to do it kinda with no notice and very much last minute, which results in lots of annoying things that you have to do last minute, and it wasn't fun having to do that around the holiday. So I figured, well, I'm not gonna get my Christmas video done in time. I tried, but like I wasn't happy with the script and too much going on, and it was bleeding into what I was doing. So I was like, whatever, I'll come up with something else. So this is the something else. I haven't looked at a whole lot of these computers in a very long time. In fact, some of them I've actually never powered on and looked at. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Let's do some inventory on my old computers and see if anything catches fire. That's always fun to happen on Christmas Eve. Woo! Really feeling that Joyeux Noël spirit right about now. I'm getting a beer. So I guess I should probably start with like what most of these computers are, even. Some of these you're going to be familiar with, like obviously here's my CRT for the Packard Bell. Here's the Packard Bell itself. You might even recognize the one on top here, because I did it when I was streaming a while ago. I don't think I ever did a video on this one, and the others have not ever been touched. So I guess I might as well just go through what they all are. Packard Bell is obviously a Packard Bell. Good job figuring that one out, James. This is a computer that runs Windows 98. This is my retro computer. This is when I was recording and doing videos on Retro Gear. This is always the computer I would use to record. This is always the computer I would use to put the hardware in, all that kind of stuff. And it's a weird design and it's fun, and that's the important things, right? Moving on from that, though, we've got quite a weird mix, and I actually have my laptop over here so I can kind of take notes and categorize things. The next one that I got was this Dell XPS 400 right here, this tower. So this thing runs Windows XP. It's Windows Vista capable, so should probably tell you the era that it's from. It's got an Intel VIV, VIIV. It looks like something that would be on computers around the Windows Vista era, which is terrifying, but I have actually played with this one. This one actually does work for the most part. It's also got some unique features that when we get to it, I can kind of show you in person. And one above it is the Dell Inspiron 530. So it's technically a downgrade, or at least in the tiering structure, it goes down a few pegs. But this one actually shipped with a Core 2 Duo and Windows Vista on it. So that one's gonna be a fun one to play with. I might even downgrade that one to XP, depending on drivers. This one's also absolutely disgusting, and it's very sun faded, and I don't think anyone's ever touched this computer ever. So that's gonna be a fun one to go through. This one and this one were actually rescues from a hoarder situation, so they smell to high heaven and will not be powered on in this video because I don't trust those power supplies, but we'll get into that. This one down here, the Compact Presario. It's not the exact Compact Presario that I have experience with. My grandmother actually had one. It's very similar to that. This one's a little bit different. This one's older, I think, by just a little bit, because this one has things like parallel ports still, and also has built-in FireWire now that I'm looking at the back of it. And it also has a modem, but also has built-in Ethernet, so this is all kinds of weird, and I'm gonna have fun playing with that one. We have this computer right here in the middle, which is actually a gift from an old coworker. This was his pre-built gaming rig that he had when he was a teen, when he was a young strapping lad. There's been some modifications, which I don't know will come out on the camera over there. You probably see some Velcro straps right there. If it doesn't, we'll show you later. Is that actually mini? That's actually mini HDMI. That's rad. I actually might be able to get you video capture out of that. Oh yeah, I guess that's another point to point out. I don't know where my mouse and keyboard for PS2 is, but the good news is that all of these computers have USB. So theoretically, I can use my modern peripherals. So that cable falls to the floor. It's fine, we don't need it. And we should be good to go. And I guess last but not least is this Lenovo. This one's the least interesting of the bunch because it's the most modern. It's a boring workstation. It's got dual DisplayPort. It's got a Core i7 6700. There's really not much to say about it. This is basically what I used 2-3 system builds ago, because I had a 6700K to go with my 1080. This is basically that. There's a lot of computers up here. We should probably probably take them all down and just test things one at a time. So I guess we'll start with the Packard Bell and the CRT, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, I figured we would start with both the CRT and the Packard Bell, because the CRT unfortunately got a little rash while driving. So I guess now let's see if we can get the monitoring powers on. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh! Okay, no much smoke. We're good. Let's actually turn on the Packard Bell. Okay, we've got power. No hard drive activity either. So I don't know if the machine's just not booting. My floppy of Doom 2 is still in there, so. Burn CD, probably drivers or something that I was, no label on it unfortunately, but it's probably something I was just trying to get loaded driver-wise. Hey! Okay, I just had to reboot it. Hard disk 0. They recognized it. OS load in progress. Alright. Now the fun part is going to be if the keyboard works. I'm getting a charge on my keyboard here. As I expected, DOS does not really play nice with USB keyboards, unfortunately. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. Yeah, as you'd expect, unfortunately the keyboard does not. Well, I guess maybe I had it off while it was booted, so let's try a reload. The way that I had my Windows INI set up, it boots to a DOS prompt before it boots Windows, and I think Windows is the one that actually has the USB drivers. So if I can't get into Windows, or if I can't get the USB to work via DOS, then I think I'm out of luck until I can find my keyboards or get some adapters or something. But yeah, Packard Bell totally still works. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, not what I expected, but hey, that's okay. This bad boy can play so much Doom on it. It has played so much Doom on it. But I think now comes the fun part. Now, the fun thing about this one is I actually can't properly get it in shot. But the interesting thing about this one, so it's got Ethernet, it's got multiple analog speakers, 4 USBs, 5 USBs actually. Helps if you can count. It also has a 2-slot GPU, so like there's something interesting in there. There's something really fun in there. But the problem is that it's got 2 DVIs as well as an S-Video. Now, normally this ain't a problem because I have multiple devices that can display DVI, and I have multiple cables and adapters for DVI in order to get it over to VGA. I also have capture hardware that I can use. I have cables that go from DVI to HDMI. I've got all this stuff, but the issue is I just moved. I have no idea where any of it is. I mean, like I can power it on, but it won't do us any good because we won't see anything that's going on. So bit of a bummer. I'm gonna have to follow up with this one after the fact. I really thought it had a VGA built in and I was just gonna use that, but it just straight up doesn't. So I guess I could probably pull out a really old GPU and throw it in there, or I could throw in a more modern GPU that has HDMI, but that might cause some power issues, and that also kind of defeats the purpose of these older computers. So I'm not going to do either of those. It's going to be a rainy day project. Maybe that'll be a video all in and of itself. Okay, bit of an angle change for this one, and the hair is going to have to go up. I've also got to apologize for the air. I told it to drop kind of low because, you know, lights are hot and doing a lot of physical activity here. And it's been like at the reported asked for temperature for a while and it just won't turn off, so I apologize. So I think the first thing we need to do, this is the smaller Dell. So this one only has 1 screw and it's not captive, which is unfortunate. So let's see what we got. Interesting way to mount the hard drive. They mount it directly to the side right here. Let me see if I can. So yeah, so they mount the hard drive here. So there's 3 screws. There used to be a screw here. I don't know how well that's going to come across. I don't see any bulging caps. Which I guess this would be a little bit of a later motherboard to have that problem with. I really want to look at the power supply, but I'm not stupid enough to open a power supply because that's how you die. Listen to me first. Listen to me, kids. Be very honest. Don't open those. That's how you die. Just buy a new one. It's not worth it. Let's see. So we've got 2 banks of RAM. Or, sorry, 2 banks of 2 slots of RAM. 3 are populated. So let's see what kind of RAM we got here. So it looks like this one may have been upgraded a little bit. Come on. Focus. And. Hey, there we go. Light. Hey, there we go. We actually got it. 2 gig. So I'm assuming that we have at a bare minimum 4. I mean, I guess we could have 3 because these could be 2 512s, I guess. But so, which is kind of, you know, necessary for a Vista computer. So judging from the cable here, it looks like this is going to be SATA 2. What is this? Oh, this is my floppy cable. Oh boy, my camera turned off. Awesome. I guess we'll be right back. All right, yeah, sorry about that, guys. These little Sony cameras, they're awesome for point and shoot stuff, and they're really good as like a stream camera, but dear God, the second you actually started doing filming on them, they overheat within 0.2 femtoseconds, and they are basically useless. So anyway, I switched to my phone. But yeah, I just wanted to try to get some close-up views. I was planning on doing this anyway. So looking at these caps, they actually look to be like pretty good. I'm not noticing any bulging, not noticing any leaking. It's really dusty. It's kind of gross. I'm probably pushing my luck if I try to daisy chain floppy drives, but it'd be cool to have a more modern system that I could load like a more modern, let's say like a Linux distribution on this. Then I could just DD image all of my floppies and CDs and such. In fact, I have a project that something like this would be wonderful for. So if I can get multiple drives in here, that'd be fantastic. I'm really curious what this hard drive is though. So, all right, well, that was annoying. I hit the top of my sink. That was cool. All right, so yeah, we're gonna try to take out the hard drive now. I apologize for the changing video quality. I'm actually using my phone to record this one. It is literally perched on top of my camera because I have no other way to mount it right now. Really what I'm doing here is I just realized that the floppy is missing screws. It's completely free floating, so someone's definitely done some work on this computer before. Okay, so we've got a 500 gigabyte Barracuda, so that's fairly contemporary for a computer like this of the era, so it's not anything too crazy. I mean, like, the system's not actually all that gross and disgusting. Yeah, nothing else interesting. This is just kind of a bog, boring, standard, late XP to mid Vista kind of computer. This hard drive is also like extremely new compared to the rest of the system. Like the dust, like there's barely any dust here. So it looks like this was probably an attempt to revive this computer. It's, hey, let's throw in a new hard drive. Hey, let's throw in some more RAM, and it just wasn't usable still. So they just went, fuck it. Yeah, I don't actually remember where I got this computer from or who I got it from, rather. So for all I know, that could actually be the story, or I could be speaking out of my butthole. Let's go ahead and power this thing up. Let's see, do I get magic smoke? I do not get magic smoke. 4 beeps. 2, 3, 4. Oh, that usually indicates memory error. Oh no. Yeah, 4 short beeps. All right, RAM stick is removed. So let's plug her back in, and hey, no beeps. Cool. Fans are still going full volume. But that's okay. I'd rather have annoying fans than nothing at all. No display. I see a yellow light on the motherboard. I think we're a little too early here for debug LEDs. Okay, so apparently according to the mod, I don't know if I believe this, but according to the manual, 1 beep means BIOS checksum failure, possible motherboard failure. So that's not a good start. Wonder if I just clear BIOS, if that will fix my problem. Power it on, we got a blue LED. Oh, fans turned down. Hey, we got about, okay, cool. Yeah, just bad BIOS. Okay, awesome. Let's enter setup here. So, all right, so what are we dealing with here? So we've got we've got a Core 2 Duo E4500 at 2.2 gigahertz. Okay, that's not too bad. Advanced BIOS feature, CPU feature, limit CPU ID value. What does that do? Hold up. Is there a potential? I haven't played with a whole lot of Core 2 Duos, especially like this is like a really decent Core 2 Duo system. Can I load Windows 98 on this? Can I load 2000 on this? That'd be fun. We might have to play with that. I'm curious if we can just boot straight into whatever is installed on this thing. Oh, that's the floppy drive initializing. So hey, that's not stuck. That's great. I want to continue, please. It's trying to read from the floppy drive. This has Windows 10 on it? No way. No way. Aw, this poor computer. No wonder somebody got rid of it. I'm gonna wait. Let's see what they are in Windows. I want to see how this thing actually boots. This is fun. Oh my god. I'm gonna turn off some of the lights so we can have a little bit of, oh my god, this computer is not happy running Windows 10. Oh. Oh, did the resolution just change? What just happened? Did Windows 10 just enable pixel doubling for this tiny ass resolution? I think it did. What resolution does it think it's running in right now? Okay, we got to the desktop. Oh, this looks like shit. All right, I'm gonna have to switch over to the Blackmagic app to record this so I can fix the flicker. So I know things are a little weird right now and still a little flickery, but I just wanted to point out that this is running at default 640 by 350 at 70 hertz. So that's why things are just a little odd. Okay, well, the flicker is gone, at least for you guys. Now it's flickering for me, looking at it with my eyes, but it's at least viewable. Apologize for the rolling bar that you're seeing here. I had to do all kinds of setting shenanigans. I'm now in 60 FPS and all kinds of stuff. I had to crank the monitor here to 1024 by 768, and I don't know how well it's coming across in video. Computer's not happy with that. But I already noticed some gems. So here we've got Samsung Smart Switch. We've got iFunbox, which is used for jailbreaking, or used to be for jailbreaking like iOS 9 devices. This popped up immediately at account. The graphics chip that we're using is actually an Intel chip. It is not an NVIDIA chip, so this definitely had an NVIDIA GPU in it at some point in time. Okay, well, I guess the first thing that we should try to do, well, I know that the computer's name is Owner, so we've got Microsoft Access, so this is definitely a work machine. Yeah, okay, nothing else interesting here going on. All right, let's see if there's anything in either of the disk drives before I start diving into personal information. Oh boy, we're already diving into some personal information. Okay, let's see what we got in documents. This computer's making some noises. Good lord. Samsung G920F. What is making that clicking noise? Oh, that's the CD drive. What? I think the CD drive's trying to open. Hey, there we go. I'm pretty sure I now know what computer this is. And if I look in here, it's going to be photos of my family. That's Megan when she's pregnant. Yeah. So this must actually be my mom's old computer. It's going to be a picture of me on the floor. Yep, there I am. Trying to plug something in. There's a big old picture of my ass. Enjoy. Well, that significantly reduces the the desire to try to find interesting things on here, because I know for a fact that now there's not going to be anything interesting on here. Okay, well, that was kind of fun. I don't know why NVIDIA drivers were installed, but maybe there was a workstation card or whatever that they had installed when she acquired this from her work. I don't know. But that's fun. I'm probably definitely going to load XP onto this, and we'll have another fun retro computer. Maybe I'll load Vista on it, just that way I have a more contemporary Windows Vista machine would work. So, all right, Prince, you may power down. Thank you for your service. All right, next, I think we're going to take a look at my friend's pre-built gaming computer from back in the day, mostly because I know this one won't boot because it doesn't have a hard drive in it. So here's the GeForce card. There should be a model number on it somewhere. It's not a big deal if it's not somewhere visible. I can just take it out. But I'm actually really excited to have one of these. That's going to go into my XP or my Vista Era machine, and be really fun to play with. So, I mean, as far as layouts of the board are concerned and features, it's very bog standard. There is a mount for a floppy. I don't believe ones I've populated. Yeah, no, there's no plastic housing for it. Not really sure what CPU is in it. This looks like it might be a replacement fan, and that thing is filthy. So that needs to be cleaned. Need to clean the GPU. This is like if you went to the computer store and you're like, I need the most generic computer possible, and it was like 2006, this is what you got. There's a DVD drive in it. I wonder, the multimedia optical drive. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we have an Athlon X2 64, and it came with Windows 7. Good Lord. I cannot imagine this computer was fun to use. I'm actually really happy to have another Athlon X2. I haven't had an Athlon wow, in quite some time, so that's also gonna be fun to play with. Oh my god, I've got samples of Intel and AMD roughly period accurate hardware. This is cool. I hope you can see the smile on my face right now, or you can hear it rather. I'm very excited about this. Oh, it's a light scribe. Oh, it's a light scribe. I can play with light scribe. Okay, so pretty bog standard, boring computer stuff. Like nothing too fancy other than it's got an Athlon X2. That's going to be a lot of fun to play with. It's got this weird screw. It looks like it's supposed to be a hex, but then they cut a flathead through it to keep it down. Interesting. Okay, in modern computers, that is actually attached. That's just free floating. That's fun. All right. Yeah, look at that dusty boy. Ooh. That needs some cleaning. But yeah, I mentioned this earlier. This is the only GPU I've ever seen with a mini HDMI. I have seriously never seen mini HDMI on a GPU before, so that's rad. What is this, like a 460, I'm guessing? GTS 450. Okay, so that was close. Not gonna be quite near the power budget that I really wanted it to be. It's still gonna be kind of fun to have kind of a lower end card. Yeah, fun stuff. Boring PC, but fun stuff. This will be fun to play with once I can throw a hard drive in, so let's move on. And real quick, while we're talking about the boring ones, might as well get the other boring one out of the way. I already took the lid off before I even brought it in here because the lid just doesn't stay on. It's annoying. It's missing RAM. It's missing basically everything. Yeah, it's nothing fancy. This is the Lenovo with the Core i7 6700 in it. This was what I used as my capture PC for a very long time. I threw in a, I think I used my RX 560 in here and threw it in the top slot, and then had my 4K Elgato down here at the bottom. And hey, it's fine. Like, it does what I needed it to do. It doesn't compress things super well, and I eventually just upgraded the hardware, so I just didn't need this anymore. So this ended up being my kid's computer for a little bit, but it then started to develop issues. So he then also got an upgrade, and it's just kind of been sitting around since. Nothing super interesting. I might turn it into a router someday, because having a Core i7 6700K as my router, or 6700 rather, non-K, as a router sounds really funny, because it's just completely overkill and absolutely ridiculous and won't do anything. And I don't know what else to do with this. If you guys do have interesting ideas for what I can do for some of this hardware, let me know. Okay, so that was all of the known quantities. Now we're getting into the unknowns. I have two PCs here that I really want to look at and figure out what they are. These were the rescues that I got from the hoarder situation. So they are gross. They smell bad. They smell like mold. They have actually lived out on my porch for the entirety of me being in this place. I'm actually going to grab a mask because, like I said, they are disgusting. So we're going to start with the one that is in slightly better condition, the Compaq Presario. And I say slightly because, like, even the top of it, like, you can see like all the bug debris and, like, oh god, I should be wearing gloves for this. Like, this is looks like we got one screw. It's a captive screw. That's nice. I'm not seeing any rust on it or anything, so I think we'll be fine. Enough stalling. Let's do this. Oh, something hissed or made a noise or something when I did that. I don't like that. No? Okay. Must have just been the way fabric moved or something. Given how gross and disgusting the outside is, the inside is actually pretty clean. Like, it's dusty, sure, but like, so we've got an IDE hard drive here. This is like a little slim hard drive. This is like a 2.5 inch. That's weird. Huh. I can't, but I should be able to. Okay, so how does this mounting work? Like, I don't know how well that's gonna come through, but there's a screw underneath the screen tab, so I think I'm supposed to. Oh, that does not feel good. I'm like pushing up against the tab here to undo the screw. Oh, this does not feel good. All right, we got all our cables disconnected. The drive is catching on something. Oh, am I supposed to push it out through the front? Oh, okay, interesting design. This is one of those cases with like plastic feet in the bottom. Ah, there we go. The sound of victory. Oh, that just released something up here at the top. Ah, okay. Yeah, like I said, with as gross as the outside kind of is, like, really not that bad. So I bet you now, yeah, I can just push that bad boy out. Okay. It tells me how many sectors are on it, the LVAs, but it doesn't tell me what gigabyte capacity it is. Okay, so I just looked it up. This is a 40 gig drive, so this is actually the original drive that came in the computer, which, as you can see, we have a 2800 AMD Sempron, 256 megabytes of SD RAM, 40 gigabyte hard drive, which is, you know, the OEM one, and a CDRW. So this is actually going to be more like a beginning era XP machine than anything else. Yeah, this looks like it'll be a fun little machine. Is that a 512 megabytes of RAM? It is. So this thing has been upgraded a little bit. So this should have 768 megabytes of RAM. Okay. So it has been touched up at least a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Okay. All right, well, whatever was hissing at me earlier isn't, so I'm assuming it was just things shifting around in the plastic. And that I'm not about to get bit by a hissing cockroach. But if I do use this video, call for help. Don't actually do that, because if you do see this video and I was bit by one, I was definitely pre-taken care of before uploading this video. So it's what you call a joke. Well, I guess there's nothing more to do but plug this bad boy in and see if it explodes. Which, let's be real, that's really what everyone here wants. They don't want to see me succeed. They want to see it explode. So the only other concern is that because of how old this computer is, it does have dual PS2 ports rather. So we may not be able to actually get into anything interesting. We'll get the CRT set up again and we'll see. All right, everybody, moment of truth. I'm gonna plug in the power cable and we're gonna see if we get smoke. Like, generally speaking, this is an awful idea, and I'm gonna put the disclaimer out there. I really should clean this thing out first. I really should inspect the caps. But I also kind of just want to see what happens if I can blow the power supply, because I think that'd be funny for YouTube. But like, if you know, are trying to rescue old computers, don't just plug them in and power them on. That's like the worst possible thing you can do, which is why I'm doing it. Okay. So we were getting some green flashing lights on the back here, and then they went away. So that's probably not a good sign. Power supply's probably dead. Or me plugging it in there just killed whatever little bit of life left it had. Which again, would be funny. I kind of figured that would be the case with the flickering there. Oh. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. I have a green light now. I'm hearing some noise. I don't like this. I'm all of a sudden not very gung-ho about turning this on. let me move my MacBook out of the way. Yeah, that green light's staying on. I don't know how well it's coming across, but it's there. Okay, let's see what happens. No fucking way. Dude, it just booted right up. Now, let me be clear. The magic smoke might still come out, so just keep your eyes out. Now I was about to say, we are not booting. Disk boot failure. Okay, so we might have a dead drive. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, the drive is clicking, unfortunately. And not the good kind of like, oh, the computer's loading, like, clicky click. Like, this is just click. Click. Let me see if I can get some audio of that. Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot I'm going to be able to do for this computer, unfortunately, in its current state. It's going to need a new hard drive. That's going to be annoying trying to load all the drivers on it when you don't know what was on it previously. It is an OEM computer. It should theoretically be pretty easy to re-image. I can probably find a recovery image online and do it that way. But that's kind of the lame, boring way. I want to see if I can try to get this drive to work, because I'd like to see if it at least boots. I could like maybe throw this in the freezer for a little bit. But I mean, like, if it's clicking like that, I'm willing to bet that the drive itself is actually mechanically seized, and that there's really no point in me trying. I'll play around with it off camera and see if I can get anything out of it. If I can, then there might be a follow-up video. But most likely this hard drive is just toast, which is unfortunate because, you know, I hate seeing old things like this die, and this is like the last memories of how somebody used a device, and that can shed a lot of insight into how well loved the computer was and all kinds of interesting stuff. And you never know what you might find from like a data archivist point of view, like what weird software you're read into, or how much strange 90s porn do you find, and like all this fun stuff. We might find some weird Doom wads, you know, like 5001 games, dude. Yeah, sign me up. And it's just 9,000 fucking Duke Nukem mods. Like, you never know what weird shit you'll find. So, bummer, but that's okay. The guts of the computer are surprisingly fine. So it's just a dead hard drive. So I can probably get like a compact flash adapter, slap that bad boy in here, clean this thing out, and it'll be in good hands. So I guess that just leaves us with the last computer, the one that I didn't say anything about in the intro. Oh, why was that? Here's the one I'm the most excited about. It's a tiny little form factor Dell with an Intel Celeron in it, and was originally booted with, originally shipped rather with XP. So this seems like a fun little machine. And also, it's got a white hat sticker on it, so I'm really curious, what am I going to find in this? This one actually isn't also as bad as I thought it was going to be from looking at it. Kind of the same thing as the Celeron. USB, PS2, VGA, serial, parallel. An absolutely disgusting power supply. I believe it opens this way. Like, even the front is like, ugh. Really need to buy gloves next time I make a video like this. Oh, there's like a little tab right here. Oh, okay, so I push that down. And then nothing happens. There's a button at the top. Yeah, so I think maybe... Oh, yeah, this top piece definitely comes off because it's flexing when I do that. Oh, there's a button on the bottom, too. Okay, the top part here has come loose. Ah, there we are. Oh, what am I about to find? Oh, it's like a hinge? Yo, this thing is like hinged. Bro. That's like a server power supply. Look at this thing. This is like an actual server, the way this is built. Yo, this is wild. Okay, again, once I have it open, it really doesn't look quite that bad. So it looks like this is gonna be our Dell BIOS chip here. We've got one stick of RAM. What do we got? We've got Kingston. It doesn't actually give us the number. So it does actually say on the label, if you know how to read, which I obviously don't. So if you can see, there's a model number, then there's the /1G on the end of it. So this is a 1 GB stick of memory. Oh, that is like not very comfortable. Oh, that is terrifying installing that RAM. I'm never taking that RAM out ever again. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely, oh, microphone in the shot. Good going, James. You can tell that I'm a zoomer. I'm a TikToker because I'm holding my microphone during the shot. Because I'm an amateur. Oh, shots fired. Anyway, yeah, this is definitely like a different class of machine because like, so this is like a standard replaceable hot swappable power supply design. I don't think this one is hot swappable because, you know, there's literally only one of them, so that's kind of not possible. I would, you know, yeah, I don't think it's possible. Whatever, James. This system should like still work. What is that? That looks like a disgusting dead bug of some kind. Yeah, that's like a roach of some kind. Okay. Oh, that just went under the board. No, come back. Supposed to clean you up, not make you worse. Dude, these hinges are badass too. All right, that just fell down onto my counter. Cool. All right, that needs some cleaning so that those don't short out because that's directly on an LPC header and also on some test pads there, so I definitely don't want that to cause any issues. The rest of it like looks fine. Ooh, actually maybe not. Let me see if I can switch camera modes here. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get a good shot of that unfortunately with this 5X. But that cap right there, that one right there, that one's bulging. Yeah, you can actually kind of see because you can see that one's pretty flat. You can definitely tell that one's bulging a little bit. It might have even started to leak already. Oh, I hope that's not the case. That's very upsetting. Well, good news. That was just dirt. It's still bulging, so like long term, I definitely don't want to use that. Definitely going to have to replace that. But every other cap looks good, so I think it might be good to at least fire up for like 5 minutes and just see if the thing even works, you know? Oh, this is really cool. I also really like this chassis design. Let me zoom back out. But yeah, this was definitely built in the era of when you built a workstation, you basically just took a server and scaled it down. It's like, look at these hinges, man. This hinge design is insane. Like, it's weighted and super smooth and like... there is no stress whatsoever. That's smoother than opening my MacBook lid. Like that's wonderful. I'm feeling good about this. Well, there's a date on this cable, 10th of November, 2002. All right. Yeah, let's fire this bad boy up. Let's see what happens. That one's also not quite as gross as I expected it to on the inside, so just the outside, which is fantastic because I can take some Clorox wipes to that like you would not believe. All right, y'all probably know the drill by now. We're gonna plug this in, see if we get any of the magic smoke. It immediately just powered on. Well, okay. That wasn't what I expected. Okay, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Dell Optiplex, invalid configuration detected, performing automatic IDE configuration. Okay, that makes sense. It's, you know, BIOS stuff. I don't hear any noise from the computer, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because I don't know if it's if the drive is dead or what the deal is. I don't even hear the fans kicking on. Actually, might be a bad thing. Let me check on that real quick while this is... Oh, never mind, it's doing stuff. Beep, beep. Okay, so it recognizes our IDE disk drive as the master, secondary master CD reader. Okay, strike F1 key to continue. Let's see if USB works. No, USB doesn't work. No, USB doesn't work. Oh, this is the coolest computer, though. Oh, I'm so upset. Ah. Fuck, I don't know what to do about that either because I have no idea where my keyboard is. Oh, and this is the one I wanted to see work the most. it's a good thing. I wish I could play with it. I'm gonna have to like get adapters or something from Amazon. Cause like I straight up have no idea where those keyboards are. Okay, let me try to eject all of the disk trays here and see if there's anything fun in here. Oh, it ejected the CD drive automatically. Nothing in the CD drive. Okay, there doesn't appear to be anything in either drive, but an interesting quirk is whenever you eject the floppy drive. Oh no, I think it's just the CD drive itself might be a little weird. Yeah, it's not staying in there. So something weird's going on with the USB drive. It's not, or the CD drive rather. It's not wanting to stay in the machine, and there doesn't appear to be anything in the floppy disk. So, well, I'm really upset now. Damn. That's super cool, though. Well, a little bit of an anticlimactic way to end this video, but I guess it's better than nothing. All right. Well, I guess there's. I guess we're done here for now, at least. Well, that was a big old waste of time. I shouldn't say that. That's mean. As long as it was entertaining to you guys, that's what matters, right? Boy, howdy, that took a very long time to come to a not very satisfying conclusion. This angle is not very flattering to me right now. That's okay. Yeah, moving's fun. And it was really enjoyable actually going through and categorizing some of these computers that I haven't had a chance to up until this point. This mic in front of my face is very, very distracting, and I'm sorry. I know it's in shot and it looks awful. I'm out of fucks to give right now. Anyway, yeah, so it is 6/16, December 24th of 2023, and I'm going to go edit this video. And then I'm going to drink copious amounts of liquor and go to bed and get ready for my Christmas day tomorrow, and it's going to be great, goddammit. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope it was fun. If this was something that you want to see more of, you want to see me mess with more manky old computers, I guess let me know. Leave comments, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. I'm going to go get ready for Santa now. Bye.